It was originally a cotton and dairy plantation. Then it was privately owned and a private home for all those years. Was first opened up to the general public as the Marin Wine Tasting Club, and the Marin House is how it was commonly known back in the 70s. And then became the Black Swan Inn, and I've been here for the last 20 plus years. The center of the house was built in about 1868. It was kind of added on throughout the years until the 1930s, 1940s. Plumbing then came in the house, and air conditioning. When the streets, when Jolene Street, Park Street kind of moved in, were married, and the families moved together. The house is sitting on top of the site of the Battle of Salado, which was fought here September 18th, 1842. It was during one of the last battles between Mexico and Texas in the struggle to maintain the independence of Texas. The Texas Rangers were encamped here, and the Mexican army, under the leadership of French mercenary Adrian Wall, marched into the encampment here. And the only Texan that died here was Stephen Jett, he was actually killed by the Indians, and he went back to get his horse. I have a letter, and it said that his horse had got him out of a lot of bad places, and he wasn't going to leave his horse. So when he went back, that's when he was killed.
Oh, I thought it was beautiful. I had no idea it was haunted.
I've been ghost hunting since I was about 7 with my father. My first team investigation on this property was in 1997. And I liked it so much here that I chose it for my wedding in 1998.
Park died in 1965 at the height of his political career. He was found hung by a necktie. But his first wife, Jolene, died in the upstairs bedroom, leaving behind 2 children. Mr. Holbrook passed away in one of the bedrooms. Mrs. Woods died in one of the bedrooms. There's been a lot of that family all passed away.
And I wanted to believe, but I didn't believe until I actually saw and heard for myself.
This is kind of the switchboard. We've kind of opened up a portal of sorts from trying to contact them again and again. And of course, this area has so much history, and so many things have happened here that there's already a lot of energy from the past events that are constantly going on. And because of the fact that we have so many investigations here, I think it just opens things up like a beacon, so that spirits from all around come.
Anything and everything paranormal.
I've seen a shadow person go real fast down the hall from the library, and I've seen an old woman down that hallway, down there, bending over, sewing.
I love my house. I love this house. But at night, when I'm alone, I try not to come downstairs too much. Not only because it's a long way from upstairs to downstairs, but the energy is different at night.
At times, I can get EVPs or even disembodied voices that tell me to get out. And sometimes I say it, and not even that nicely.
Get out! Get out now! Get out!
Get out now. And we don't mess around, we get out right away.
I'm a little bit afraid, but I'm not terrified.
Nancy, there's someone here that wants to talk to you. And it just so happens I heard my late husband's voice.
Sometimes when they touch you, it'll be like a scratch or a burn. It'll be painful, but it's more of an energy.
I don't care for them to touch me, to be very honest, but you can come near and talk into my device, but I don't particularly care for them to touch me. Unless it was my husband.
My husband passed away. He was murdered in 2005 he was murdered. And just recently, with the same technology that Nancy was talking about, where she was able to speak to her husband, I spoke to my late husband, and he was able to tell me who killed him and why, and who this guy has killed since then. And the murder is still unsolved, and it's not the kind of thing that you can take down to the detective and say, well, I've got this information. They'll say, well, how do you know it? Well, because my dead husband told me. That's not something that they're likely to believe.
We try on the third weekend of every month to do an open investigation, and then you can just call and make a reservation, and it's $50 per person, and we tell you what kind of equipment to bring and what to expect that you're going to be doing for the night, because it's definitely not a little romantic getaway. It's definitely work. You're coming to really learn how to investigate and experience life after life.
Oh yes. Oh yes, this house is very haunted.